Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets. Currently 4:17 p.m. March 25th, 2021, Thursday. I can't believe we're almost at the end of March almost. Pretty crazy stuff. Make sure you subscribe. If you're new here, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. Today was a decent day. We had a pretty crazy market conditions. We had gap down and the world scenario dropping off here. Found a bottom here on the SPY. We had like 4 candles. That determined the rest of the day. And it was these 4 candles that said, nope, we're not going lower. And we steadily climbed up, kind of flatlined during lunch into late afternoon. This is the area where I need to avoid trading. We've talked about this. Lunchtime trading, like going into lunch is okay, even into 12:30 is okay, even into like 1 is okay, but that 1:30 to 2:30, this is what it does. It like chops you around. And I gave back some of my trading today, but then I was able to pick it up again later in the afternoon on an NFT play. So let me show you my trades. Decent day for me. I was pretty excited to hit what I hit. One major news trade that I just didn't take advantage of. And there's a couple other small pops in the news. I only wrote down the one. But I'll start with my biggest loser, which was CAN. It was actually 2 trades at the open here. I think it's like a Bitcoin scenario trade here. And it was trying to get through 17 on this candle. Of course, it was opening candles here. And what it was doing was there were so many hidden sellers at 17. Just boom, boom, boom. So I got in, I nailed the entry, and I was just watching prints of 17, prints of 17, prints of 17. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to go. So I'm not going to get out. And then all of a sudden it flushed down a little bit and I got out. Tried again, and then I tried again, and it was printing 17, printing 17, printing 17. Dropped down to like 92, 1692 or something, and I bailed. So I ended up losing $125. What do you know? 1 or 2 minutes later, it goes through 17 and makes a high of 1744. So this could have been reversed for sure. Zkin, I traded this yesterday. This thing is a pain in the ass. Came out of the gap. I actually almost got in on the halt, like near the halt area, and it opened up like $2 above where it halted. I actually halted here on this candle, 1084, and then opened at 1234. So $1.50 above, and I could have gotten all of this had I stuck to my trade there. But then I was trying to trade this garbage and gave some money back on that. DKNG, I cannot trade this stock. I've done a lot of work with DraftKings actually back in 2015, 2016. And I hate DraftKings now. I just can't stand them as a stock. There was news, I think, on this candle here. Markets, again, this is around that 2:30 time. I shouldn't have been trading. I thought it was a decent news event, and I was in a little bit late and took a small or $67 loss. WKey was a nice little that NFT play. Those are starting to move. I really liked PDD because it was hitting this 200 on the daily. Bounced off that really nicely. Actually, it was up 335. But remember, it was down to 121. Got up to 130. I was able to catch some of this action here. Missed some of the big move, but I got a little piece. DLPN was end of the day. Break of 1750 on this candle, and I nailed this thing, and I took some money off that one, and then like 300 shares or something like that. Pretty risky trade. It was another NFT. PRQR was kind of a pain in the ass. Cost was, I thought, was going to run with GME, but it didn't, so I got out quick. MVIS was a quick news trade. XPEV, I don't know what I was doing with XPEV, but it was, Apple had a nice little trade during when market flipped up, and I was able to nail an entry on Apple. But it was Boeing today, news event. I got in at, I got to bring that up, so hang on a sec. Okay, I got in with 300 shares at 236.98 right here. news was released about them delivering airplanes, which is always a good thing when you're an airline creator developer. Anyway, 36.98, huh? Guess what my exit was? How about 300 shares at 236.98? I sold 300 shares at 237.26. I actually gave some money back on later in the day on Boeing. Dude, all I had to do, I needed a power outage. I just needed a power outage. I needed something to keep me in holding these shares. It just went. There was no pain. It was just like foam. Great news trade. Probably would have been my best news trade because it went up 10 points. Went up 10 points. And it got in this area. Here you go. I started trading a little bit in that 130, 230 range. Stupid. It's tough. And you can see the rest of the day, it was one of those things where it finally got going. I actually almost took this trade off the bounce here. This candle just took off without me, and I wasn't able to catch it. And then it just walked up the rest of the day from 244, 243 to 247, almost 248. 247.58 was the high. So 505 on the day. I'm getting there. I'm making good trades today. This morning, I was just in a groove. The AMC trade I forgot to mention was with the GME, and I went with 1,000 shares. It happened really fast, and I was like, boom, boom. And, it was 10 cents, got $1,000 or $100 on 1,000 shares, or $110 on 1,000 shares, so 11 cents. And, that felt pretty good. That got me going. My winners, like the Boeing trade's the one you're never going to know. You never know if it's going to just keep going, right? And I've had a tendency today, especially with the markets being where they were, was to sell more sooner, sell all, versus selling just a piece or some shares. I did that a few times today. AMC was all, nothing. PDD was all, nothing. Apple was all. Boeing was all. Even Tesla, I sold all. It's just one of those things where I'm hesitant to hold some, but the Boeing trade news sounded really good. It didn't sound fantastic, like, oh my God, we're back to business, but it sounded good enough where I should be holding this thing. What am I doing? But the markets were ugly. They were ugly. The Dow was down like 200 something points. Everything was kind of ugly. So I was like, shoom, I saw the matrix. I saw everything move in my favor. I saw the green light, and I was like, take money off the table, which is fine. But it's that trade, 300 shares on a stock like that, on a Boeing trade. I mean, it moved up probably a point after I got out in about 30 seconds. And, I've been $300 or $400 or even $500, depending on, how I was selling. And that's what I need to work on. I mean, obviously I could have been in bigger size on Boeing. 300 is kind of where I want to be. It's a tough trader when you trade the chop. I'll tell you that. Boeing can be a ugly beast, but on a news play, you want to be on the right side of it because it just makes moves like this sometimes. And, we're talking a 36.50 to 42.50, that's a huge move in a little bit of time. And then it pulls back here. Let's just say I had shares at 36.98 or something like that. It never came back to my entry. So I would have had shares this whole time. The reason I'm discussing this with you guys today is because when you do nail one and you're in the good side of it, try to hold some of those shares to the bigger move. And, even if I had 100 shares left, let's say I sold all of them up to here at 42, I still had another 5 points. So that's the goal going forward. 505 on the day. Hope you guys did well. I did have, if you guys watched the rest of this video, I did have early morning Tradestation issues. And I sent a video off to those guys again, and I really hope they figure this out because it's becoming a pain in the butt. So make sure you subscribe if you're new, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. And I'll be back to close up the week tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Talk to you soon.